Hello, my name is Rachel, and I am the thrifty crocheter. And I apologize for lighting because it is nighttime here, so that's why it doesn't looks kind of darkish. Um, well dressed up today because earlier today and went to my daughter's graduation, and very happy for her, very excited for her. But here's why I came on. I apologize for the sound outside. There is a motorcyclist who thinks they're all that. I apologize for people like that. I appreciate motorcycles. And if you have one, have at it, have fun. But there are those of us who don't like it when you guys sit there and go vroom, make noise. Or you have cars that sound like that and you do it just to make yourself look like you're big and bad when you're just nothing. Without your car, you're not like that. I'm sorry, that was me. Take two. Anyway. I'm sorry. I just have this thing against people making noises like that when they don't have to. There's no reason for it. Now maybe I lose my train of thought. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. First thing I wanted to say was thank you. I was watching Mrs. C's live today. Hi, Mrs. C, if you're out there watching. Because she sort of called me out. She sort of shouted me out a little bit. Because you know how at the beginning she says hi to everybody, just like everybody else does in their lives. But she always has to look up my name, and she knows my name is Rachel because she says it's the same as her daughter's name, and I think that's cute. But she was like, she called me Thrifty Crocheter, and she said she is a thrifty crocheter. So, and then later she was talking about asking people what kind of yarns they like, and so in general, I said I said I appreciate and like thrifted yarn. I use thrifted yarn as opposed to buying from big box stores because I appreciate when people donate their yarns to thrifted stores, to thrift stores. And she asked me if I needed yarn because she could certainly give me some. And I told her, thank you, but no thank you, but I appreciate the thought. And I'll tell you why. Because I did not come onto YouTube just to ask for freebies. No, I did not come on here expecting people to shower me with yarn and shower me with stuffed toys that they've made. And I did not come here expecting people, and I'm not I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. No, I like to be friends with everybody. I do like, I get tempted all the time to buy yarn from on Facebook Marketplace, but even that idea sounds weird, just to go to somebody's house and knock and say, yeah, I'm here to buy your yarn. I mean, it just sounds really weird to me. But I'd rather drive to the thrift stores. Yeah, and sometimes they have yarn and sometimes they don't, which brings me to my next thing. I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge for my subscribers, and for my subscribers who subscribe to all the other YouTubers out there. And in fact, I'm putting this out there to all YouTubers out there. And you have to be patient because sometimes thrift stores have yarn and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they may have the kind of yarns that you like, acrylics that you like to use, acrylics and cotton yarns. And sometimes they might have the blanket yarns. And I'm talking about like the big puffy, fluffy blanket yarns. Sometimes they might just have 2-weight yarn. You never know. I know not everybody has thrift stores close to them. Like where I live, we have Salvation Army. We have Goodwill. Sometimes they're across the street from each other, as in the case where my work is. Down the road from my work, there is a Goodwill across the street from there. And then there's a couple of, and then here in town there are some local thrift stores that are just local to my area. And sometimes you can find the yarn, sometimes you can't. But here is my challenge for everybody out there in the YouTube crochet, YouTube knitting, YouTube loom knitting, or if you do all three, or you just do two of them, or you just do one of each of those by itself. Here's my challenge. And I am, to quote a phrase from last year, I double dog dare you to go out there, go get thrift store yarn. Yes, I said it, thrift store yarn. And not Dollar Tree. We're not cheating and buying Dollar Tree yarn. We're not cheating and going to Ollie's. You are going to thrift store, to your local thrift stores. And use your own stash, but here is my point. Do not use a full skein of yarn that you did not open yet. Use what was left. Use a partial skein. Take a partial skein that you had left from a project and use that along with your thrift store yarn to make a project. I don't care what it is. Whether you make a blanket, and it doesn't have to be a baby blanket. It could be an adult-sized blanket. It could be a granny square. You can make a shirt, like right now. I am with my own yarn, and I have plenty of navy blue for this and plenty of white for this. And my notebook. Remember I showed you my notebook. And it's real simple. This one's it's called a two-tone crochet top. And then this particular one, they use turquoise for the bottom part and then white for the top. Well, I am using white for the top, but I'm using a navy blue for the bottom. And it's made with double crochets. Except for, well, this bottom part is double crochets. And this top part are V clusters. And then the sleeves and a lace wave stitch. So they're going to be, it's all easy stuff. But find a project. I mean, I'm just making something simple. Because it's like, after last time I made a shirt that was supposed to be for a toddler and it turned out to be more like for a small person. I'm trying again because I'm new at making wearables. Most wearables. Oh, by the way, did you see that little kerchief I made? I did post pictures of it. I post three different angles of it. I thought it came out really cute. Matter of fact, Karen Hirschner is wearing it. Oh, it fell down. And it's using similar colors that I had used in another top. I used the pink and then the multicolored and some white. And it turned out really cute. That's also something simple. And remember, I told you, if you keep that pattern going, because it's just 4 triple crochets in each space. If you want to keep it going, instead of just being a kerchief, you can make it wider and bigger and longer, and then until it's the right length that you want for a shawl, which I think is another fabulous idea. And then you could add tassels, like it had suggested adding tassel to the bottom of this kerchief. Or you can do, if you want to make a shawl, you could add tassels to each of the 3 corners. That would be cute. But yes, this is my challenge for everybody. Double dog dare you. Buy thrift store yarn. Use it in accordance with your stash, but it has to be oh, I don't think I can make anything else with this yarn because it's all I have is this little tiny bit left, you know. You use some stash that's already been opened, that you have a little bit left, and use it in accordance with it to make a project. You may surprise yourself. You might shock yourself. Believe me, I've done it. You'd be surprised what you can make. Make a shirt, make a blanket, make something for a little kid, make a toy, whatever. But I want you to surprise yourself to see what you can make from thrift store yarn, because in accordance with what you have, and try to use up your stash that way. And I want you to challenge yourself. If you want, if you want to even more challenge yourself to making something. Like, I know every once in a while in my Walmart, they will have crochet magazines. Not very often. Once in a while I see them. One of the major bookstore here in town, almost a quarter of one whole shelf is filled with nothing but a whole variety of crochet magazines. Maybe you want to try making a project in one of those crochet magazines. There's an idea for you. Never hear of anybody saying, "Oh, look, we're going to make this project from this magazine today." There's an idea for it to throw your way. But yeah. And surprise yourself. Surprise me. And I believe my my email is in there, is on my page. And show me the projects that you have made. I will give you, let's see, Sunday is Mother's Day. I will give you till Father's Day to find yarn from thrift stores, use it along with your stash, your opened stash that you think you can't make anything else from just because there's a tiny bit left or a half a skein left. Use it with it to make a project. And not only do I want to see pictures of the projects, I want to know where you got your thrift store yarn from. And believe me, those thrift store yarns aren't always going to have labels. It's not like going to Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby and they have labels. They don't always have labels. And if they do, it's probably a yarn that you don't see anymore, which is still okay to use. It is very okay to use. I'm sorry. Some people make me angry. They think just because it's old or it's a thrift store yarn that you can't use it. Yes, you can. Because people like me use them. I'm sorry. I tend to get on my soapbox sometimes. I apologize. No, I don't. I am sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Calm. As an old movie once said, whoosah. Tell me what you made. Show me the picture. Tell me where you got your yarns from, and what kind of yarns from your stash you used it with. And I don't care what size hook. I don't care what the project is. But I need visual proof. Like, take a picture of your thrift store yarn, and then your project, and then like your yarn from home that you already have. And first is the thrift store yarn. Second picture is your yarn from home, and the third picture is your finished project. And I want it done by Father's Day. Father's Day is in June, in case you don't know that. But I want to see your pictures. So this is my challenge to everybody in the yarn community. Everybody. And I hope to see them soon. Bye.